On September 12, 2023, members of the Mexican Congress were presented with what appeared to be the remains of non-human mummies during Mexico's inaugural official event concerning extraterrestrial life. The primary objective of this gathering was to discuss the inclusion of language regarding unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, commonly referred to as UFOs, in the Aerial Space Protection Law. If ratified, this law would make Mexico the first nation to formally acknowledge the existence of alien life on Earth. This hearing follows the U.S. congressional hearing on the UAP held in July 2023. These unusual mummies, officially named the Tridactyl Mummies of Nazca, were identified as Josefina and Alberto, two of a total of 8 mummies, along with an additional head and a hand, discovered in Nazca, Peru. These mummies exhibit characteristics that can be described as extraterrestrial or alien in nature. For the sake of this video, we will refer to them simply as the Nazca Mummies. The purpose of this video is to provide an overview of the Nazca Mummies' journey, from their initial discovery in 2015 to their recent appearance at the UFO hearing in the Mexican Congress. This background will help you better understand the context and authenticity of these mummies. The mummies were originally unearthed by tomb raiders, and Thierry Jamin, the president of the Inaugural Institute in Cusco, became aware of their existence. He succeeded in capturing the interest of Mexican journalist Jamie Mawson, who, in turn, involved Gaia.com in 2017. The Nazca Mummies have been given names such as Maria, Vivida, Josefina, Alberto, Victoria, Headless, and the family, comprising 3 mummies. Interestingly, all the internal organs are still inside the bodies, which is very different from normal human mummification where the internal organs are first removed. They are all covered in a white substance which has been determined to be diatomaceous earth, which seems to serve as an important preservative. An international group of scientists from over a dozen countries participated in research, including C14 dating, DNA sequencing, MRI and CT scans, and X-rays on the mummies between 2017 and 2018. The collective conclusion drawn by these independent scientists is twofold. Firstly, the mummies are genuine and not a hoax, and secondly, they represent a unique discovery unlike anything previously documented. I will briefly summarize the latest information we have about these Nazca mummies based on the research done up to the Mexico Congress hearing. Let's start with the humanoid reptile species, which comprises the specimens Josefina, Alberto, Victoria, and the family. In total, about 12 specimens were examined. They resemble the classic greys of UFO lore, measuring between 47 centimeters and 60.50 centimeters tall. Significant differences between them and humans include having 3-fingered hands and feet without signs of congenital deformities, scales on their skin, elongated skulls without evidence of cranial binding, cultural practice in which the shape of the skull is intentionally altered, typically during infancy or early childhood, through applying external pressure or force to the developing skull, leading to changes in its shape, lack of teeth, hair, or glands indicating a mammalian origin. Absence of a chewing system, and between 8 to 11 ribs compared to the 24 ribs in humans. One important conclusion from the findings was that the differences in their anatomical structure imply they do not share a common ancestor with any creature known on Earth. Among them, the specimen named Josefina is especially interesting because she contains a metallic implant in her chest and 3 eggs around the pelvic region. These eggs resemble those of extinct dinosaurs or reptiles rather than birds. Alien embryos were identified inside the eggs, with a level of development equivalent to an 8-week-old human, showing visible development of the heart and brains. C14 analyses on the specimen called Victoria date the species to around 800 to 1100 AD. As for Maria, due to her unique characteristics, she is considered a hybrid humanoid species intermediate between the humanoid reptile species and the human species. She stands at about 1.68 meters, 5 feet 6 inches, in height, resembling Homo sapiens in size. However, she possesses several differences, such as having 3-fingered hands and feet, fingers and toes with 5 phalanges, unlike 3 in humans, no hair, an elongated skull with a cranial capacity 19% higher than humans. Carbon dating places Maria's origin between 245 and 410 AD. Vivida is presumed to be her infant, aged around 9 months. During the Mexican Congress hearing, a significant new finding was the DNA results. Although the DNA of the Nazca mummies features 23 pairs of chromosomes, just like humans, when experts compared DNA samples from the aliens to an NCIB database of known DNA sequences on Earth, only available since 2020, 70% of the DNA sequences identified were completely unknown. They had never before been seen in humans nor any living organism on Earth. In addition, no embryo development genes or early expression, differentiation genes, which are shared in all Earth species from fruit flies to humans, were present. In layman's terms, this means that these Nazca mummies are not of Earth origin, in other words, they are of extraterrestrial origin.